talk to you about all the different chest-based exercises that you can use on a dual universal cable machine. This machine, we'll call it a machine, is awesome because there's so much flexibility in what you can do here. So the one thing you need to know about getting a good chest tissue workout is there's kind of an upper lower aspect of the tissue. A lot of people struggle with getting form on the top or cut on the side and things like that. So there are main things that come into play when you're looking at doing a chest-based workout. So I'm going to show you here, keeping it all here. The main thing is one, the placement of the pulley, okay? That can determine how and what area of tissue is being utilized the most. And then you also have your start to end position, whether it's fly or press. That will determine, again, tissue that is instigated the most. And then you have wrist position. It's interesting because most people don't think by doing something simple like changing your wrist position can completely change the exercise. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you some variations here. So when we're doing, so for example, I'll start with a high base. So if you've got all these pulleys, depending on where you put them can kind of give you a sense of which tissue you're utilizing the most. So if I'm going high up here, so I'm a little bit shorter, doesn't take a lot to get high up there. So if I'm in this position, one thing I like to do would be a chest fly from here. And I'm gonna bring this from high to low. And again, and this is gonna allow me to really tuck in and carve up just under, almost I'm gonna call it that armpit area, high up in that chest tissue and coming down. And literally I always tell people when you're doing a chest exercise, do two things. One, look in the mirror and see what muscle is lifting and where do you feel it the most. Then you can get a sense. So if I'm doing a fly there, the good news is I can reverse that. So let me show you. I can take that fly from a high position coming low, or I can drop me down to a low position and bring it high. So I'll show you. So I'm going all the way down. And now I'm going to, instead of having this sort of squeezing motion, I'm gonna come up like this. And by doing that, you're gonna initiate more of a front deltoid. Your biceps actually gonna get some work with this one, I'll show you. And then you're gonna cut high on that chest tissue. So how you do this one is you're gonna grab these pulleys. You need to walk away from the piece of equipment a little bit. And then when you pull up, you're gonna come up like this, palms up. And in doing this, you're gonna get your biceps. Look, I'm shaking already. This one kills me a little bit. If you have a hard time stabilizing, go into a lunge position, but you're gonna pull up. This is awesome for chest form, but as a bonus, you're gonna get a biceps and you're gonna get the front of the deltoid too. So that's cool there too. So a couple of different fly. Obviously, you could take these pulleys straight out, do a fly just like that. Let's talk about press. So if I'm down here, and let's just keep the pulley here. Have you ever been in this, we've got some equipment here that changes your seat position so you can press up, press down, or press straight. Same application with pulleys, but you've got a lot of happy mediums here. And so if I'm keeping these down here, I'm going to adjust my body. I'm actually going to put these pulleys behind my hands, right here, so they're not in front. And then I'm going to press up and out. So in this position, you can see literally the chest muscles working, right? Connecting pretty much where the arms are. And then you're getting front deltoid as well, biceps helper, triceps secondary. A lot of helpers with that press. And then the same thing goes for somewhere in the middle. I'm gonna put it right about my shoulder height. You can grab these, change height, and press. So again, working with your pulleys and where they are can change tissue. So now, I'm pressing, okay? And then if I wanted to, I could bring these pulleys up and drop down, but for simplicity of time, I'm doing this. So again, by changing your pulley is one way to change up the area of tissue that you're utilizing. The second thing I want to talk about is your wrist and end position. So if you think about for a minute, I want you to kind of think about the fact that if you're doing a chest press, so picture me laying on a bench with the bottom, okay? And I go press. Now what you'll notice is, yes, you're getting some chest initiation, but not that much. So one thing I always tell people, if you're going to be doing a chest press, cross the arms at the end point. So when you go to press, cross. And what you're gonna find in that pressing and crossing, there is a huge, the muscle is lifting, it is working, and it's tightening better than keeping that open. You can actually feel the difference. And that applies whether I'm coming high to low, I'm doing flies, I could cross them, whether I'm going here, here, better initiation. So one thing I tell people, instead of just pressing out, bring together, and better yet, cross them. You can even alternate. That is awesome for chest form, okay? And the last thing I mentioned was wrists, okay? So if I'm doing, stay here for simplicity, I'm doing chest press and I come out like this. What you're gonna notice, and I want you to try this the next time you're on this piece of equipment, when you press out, come out and rotate under. So now my palms are up. I feel that exercise completely differently. And not only that, now my triceps are activating the inside of my arms. I literally feel that here, I feel that here, and I feel that here. So now we're changing that. And by changing that, coming through, you're gonna get a lift right there. So it's important to remember, just by simple things, changing the pulley position, changing your end position, and wrist position, you completely get a different exercise. So don't get stuck in the rut of typical presses or flies. Change it up. You're gonna actually appreciate that. And I love supersetting because I'll go from a high to a low, low to a high, somewhere in the middle, and do them all together and burn it out. You're gonna be sore the next day. So I challenge you to try that. Let me know. You can even comment on our video. Let me know if you've tried it, what your thoughts are. Even exercises that you've done that you really like as well. Heck, you can put a bench in there, put those pulleys down and cross on a bench. Absolutely. I just showed the standing version, but bring in a bench, no problem. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this video and have a good day. Bye.